Welcome to Isolation Comedy by Comedy Wham. We have been doing this for so fucking long. Wait, what? How long has this been? People are just giving up on the quarantine now. They're like, we did it long enough. And that's like, this show is just my only measure of time. What is this show? Good point. I'll introduce it first. This is Isolation Comedy. We do this we used to do it every Tuesday and every Friday. Now we only do it every Friday because Texas has decided it's over and we should try whatever. Anyways, welcome to the show. It's completely free. You guys didn't pay anything to do this. Congratulations. It's not a stand-up show. I tell you guys this every show. If this was a stand-up show, we'd be saying things like, don't yell in here at the comics, and don't do two drinks, no more. But drink as much as you want. I certainly am. I have my refrigerator right here, and it's Friday, and I have nowhere to be. So that's what I'll be up to. If you guys are enjoying yourself and you're at the show and you're at your house and you're enjoying yourself, subscribe. Or hop in the chat over there. It's fun. Introduce yourself. Tell us what you did today. Tell us what you're getting up to. I think you're at a comedy show, so you can start off right there. Don't want to, direct the meeting at all, but welcome so much. Life has been changing for me. I used to treat myself when I sat down and peed. I'd be like, "Ooh, a little treat for me." Now I've had to treat myself so much that I don't remember ever standing to pee anymore. But that's just I overtreated myself. I now I'm a sitter. I'm a sitter, and I don't mind. Who knows it? I don't. There's a lot of shame surrounding that statement. I think my dad would be sad I told everybody that, but I've learned to just do whatever. I've been drawing the Bible because I've had a lot of free time. I casted Greg Abbott as the paralyzed man who gets hogtied by his friends and then lowered into the roof. That bad? I don't know. Oh, also, if you guys are hearing laughter in other people's set, of course, that is because the comedians are online. We're trying to make this immersive. And you know what? If you're a really good fan, maybe you should come into this room with us. I don't know if that's allowed. I don't know. I don't know what you'll do or what kind of freak you are. But some of us aren't wearing pants, and that's a joke from quarantine week 1. Remember that shit? Okay, it is time to get the show started. If this is not the start is when I bring up what I personally feel is your first comedian. Your first comedian tonight has a quarantine special on YouTube. Put your hands together in your own house and drink all of the beer that's in your hand for Ty Nguyen.
Hey, what's up, everybody? My name is Ty Nguyen, and due to the quarantine, I pretty much lost track of the date. I have no idea what day is it or when stuff is reopening. But about 2 weeks ago, some comedian friend of mine from Canine, they hit me up on Instagram and they say, "Hey, we have an open mic on Thursday and Sunday. Do you want to go to either one of them?" And I was like, "Dude, don't Canine care about CDC regulation?" And then like, nope, over here people wanna die. Like, what's so horrible about Canine that people wanna die? What's going on over there? Other than that, I think I heard that comedy club are opening back up. Like they're now up to like 50 people in the audience. I think that if you perform during this time, you better do your best material because people are risking their life to hear your bullshit. And that might be the next show they watch, and you leave a bad impression on them. I think the coronavirus have many benefits. Like we're doing Zoom show right now. That's advancement in technology. And people don't seem to give credit that ever since the coronavirus hit, sexual harassment has gone down by like 0. I don't know much about when things are going to be back to normal. But I know once the Me Too hashtag came back, that's when I know that the coronavirus is gone. Because you can't sexual harass somebody during this time. That would be very insensitive. I don't know if that's funny or cringy. That might be cringy in real life. So I drive for Lyft. Yep. People now consider that a hero. So yesterday I picked up like this 18-year-old girl. Her mom ordered a ride from her for me to pick her up at a gas station. And she was wearing like a dress, and then she was all crying. When she got in the car, I asked her, "Why are you crying?" And she said she hung out with some people that she thought were her friend. They told her to go inside the gas station. Then they just drove off. They stole her purse.
Oh.
And then I thought, damn, this is a moment in a girl's life where she's gonna have trust issue for the rest of her life. So I was trying to make her feel better. I told her, "Hey, Shelly, I'm sorry this happened to you. Could I play you a song to maybe make you feel better? Have you heard of the band called Naughty by Nature? They have a song called OPP. That go, are you down with OPP? Do you know what OPP is?"
Yeah.
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 This quarantine made me realize that, contrary to popular belief, I don't need stand-up comedy to keep on living. Yeah, there's other stuff that could replace it. Like a 5-minute conversation with a stranger at a park where I talk for the whole 5 minutes and then laugh our politeness because talking about eating ass in public is too awkward to process with a straight face. I just met this person. Why is he telling me about his Friday night activity? I'm walking with my family, for Christ's sake. Grandma seemed excited. You eat ass, Grandma? I wrote that joke today when I was walking at the park just for this show. That's a one line I wrote, and I tried to remember it, but I'm reading it off of the screen. You never know. Y'all tell that I read it off of the screen?
No.
Can't, right?
No.
I've been watching a lot of. Y'all seen those YouTube videos of Kung Fu Master getting the ass whooped by MMA fighter? It's the funniest thing ever. Like, why is there so many fake Kung Fu Master that post video of themselves just like waving their hand and all their students just fly backward? And then there's people that know MMA, they go out and then they whoop their ass in real life. I mean, I guess that's a great way to channel your energy because you could have been like a cult leader, but instead you use it to be a fake Kung Fu master. And they're saying that, hey, that's bad for the student because that's not getting their money worth. Even if you learn fake Kung Fu, you still have to stretch. So that's like a yoga class right there. So you can't really complain. You're still being shape doing fake Kung Fu moves. Y'all heard about Elon Musk? Elon Musk, he have a kid, and he gave his kid the name XAEA12. Like, that's the end of my set. Thank you so much.
Time to win, everyone. I'm sure you're wondering what's the ending to that joke and how long was it that he couldn't wrap it up in his time? I mean, how long was that joke? Well, I'll tell you what, he told me the punchline, and I'll tell you the punchline of that joke. Shit, the setup was Elon Musk has a kid named E54321, and that's after an American Eagle coupon. Bam! We got him, Ty. They tried to get away from us, but I brought them right back. Woo! Hey guys, we're gonna keep this show rolling. We have another amazing comedian. This next comedian has her album on iTunes, and it's called Trash Baby, and there is merch. Give it up for Jasmine Ellis and your own.
Hey everybody. Hi. So this is my millionth Zoom one of these shows. I was originally someone who thought I would never do this. And then I waited 2 weeks and I was like, and then I lost my day job and I was like, oh shit, I have to do this now. Quarantine has been interesting. It's weird being in Texas though, because Texas seems to believe it's over. So you just feel like nothing really makes sense. And I don't know, it feels like you're grounding yourself, which feels dumb. It feels like I might as well go do something stupid, but then I don't want to. That's not really a joke. I'm just kind of wandering into some ideas. I've been letting myself just think a lot about stuff that makes me angry, which probably isn't healthy. Honestly, being like today, I was really angry because Joe Biden said something really fucking stupid. But it was so wonderfully stupid. Basically what he said, for those of you who don't know, is that if you vote for Trump, you're not black. And I was like, wow, how do you say something so racist, make me have to defend people who vote for Trump? What a position to put me in. Like, I hate it. I hate it so much. And my family is very, very staunch Democrats, and they're like, Joe or nobody. But I'm like, we can't. He's getting to the point where he's just like that drunk uncle that all of us wish would go home, and he won't stop. And I don't know if that's so much better than like that other drunk uncle that want to come. I really thought I had a leg to stand on. Now I'm just like, I don't know. I don't fucking know. But that's all of what I wanted to say about politics. I was thinking about weird toys that I had as a kid. I was born in 1989, so I grew up in the 90s. And I just thought about this. All of the dolls when I was a kid had the name baby in the title. Like their name, none of them had names. They weren't named like Patricia or Jessica. They just were like baby tumbles or baby rollerblades. Like it was like baby and then an action. And I think that's given me a really unhealthy expectation of children. Like, like I feel like if I have a kid, you need to come with a job, do something. When I was a baby, you finger painted. Like I expected something. I was thinking back to this one doll in particular my sister had called Baby Tumble Surprise. And this is, if you guys Google this, it's the weirdest looking toy. It was this doll that had like a head that was plastic, and it was hard plastic. Like it weighed like 3 pounds. And then the body was a beanbag. So the whole point of this doll was to drop it on its head because the way it worked is it would do a flip. Like literally, it was a toy that you were like, "Hey, want to learn how to be a mommy? Drop your kid." And like, you wonder why millennials are scared. You wonder why millennials are not having kids anymore. That's fucking why. I feel like an elder millennial though. I'm 31. I'm married, and I feel like as soon as I tell people I'm married, I don't know. Maybe it's just living in Austin. Anytime you live somewhere cool, it's uncool to be married. Like nobody ever wants to hear about my sex life. Not that I want to just be like, "Hey, we're fucking." And but I am married, and it's weird because I feel like my single friends just aren't interested in that, but they'll ask, and then I tell them and they just tune it out. I feel like there's nowhere to talk about married sex. Like I was thinking about it, and I can't even find married porn. I try, and I feel like I don't believe those people are married. I don't buy it. There's never, you know what I mean? There's never a long conversation about joint accounts. Like I need to see that build up. For me, my ideal porn right now would just be like a Cialis commercial that goes too far. Like that's what I want. I just want to see two gray-haired people on top of a mountain just getting it, you know? I was thinking about you don't want to see gray-haired people getting it? I was thinking about how much I love American music. And when I say American music, I mean a specific type of American music. I mean the shit that gets white people hype at weddings. I love that stuff. Don't Stop Believing, Living on a Prayer, Eye of the Tiger, that kind of just that 80s we can do it music. And I was thinking, America is the best at these inspirational anthems because we have the worst healthcare. That's why. Think about it. If you were fighting for your life in an Uber, you would turn on Living on a Prayer. It would feel like the right time to turn that song on. Canadians don't have to have those kinds of songs because nothing bad happens to them. They can go to the doctor. You'd be like, oh, isn't this ironic? It's slightly uncomfortable. Like that works in Canada where you can actually see a doctor. But here we need power chords. I'm just glad we have. Speaking of music, one of my favorite singers in the world passed away this weekend, Betty Wright. Do you guys hear about her? You heard of her? It's okay if you haven't. It's okay. I love Betty Wright. I have to clarify that I'm not saying Betty White because people get confused. And what's so great about her is she knew how to write a heartbreak song. She's really well known for the Cleanup Woman, which is that song that's like, cleanup woman is a woman who... And basically the whole metaphor of the song is that another woman came and she swept up her man. Get it? Clean her up. What I love is if you look on Betty Wright's greatest hits, the same year that the Cleanup Woman came out, there was another song called The Secretary about a woman who takes your man because she works with him. Right? And I looked at it, I was like, 1974 was a rough year, Betty. Like it had to be the same dude. Then I keep going through her best of the same year. After the Cleanup Woman, after the Secretary, she had another song called The Babysitter. And I was like, damn, these women are barely employed. Like it just keeps getting worse. First, how do you even have time to cheat with the babysitter? Why are you and the babysitter home at the same time? Shit pissed me off. So, thank you. Those are my newest jokes. Thank you.
Jasmine Ellis, yeah, give it up for her in your own house. Wonderful. Give her more money. She deserves it, and you have it. You have it. You have it. Welcome to Isolation Comedy. If you're just tuning in, this is it's not a stand-up show, but we do tell jokes. Thank you for having us in your house. Your house looks messy. Clean it the fuck up. Gross. Get your shit together. Is what my boyfriend yelled at me last night. So I'm sleeping at my mom's house. How's your quarantine doing? You guys are doing good? Everyone's doing good in here? Great. How about we bring on our next comedian who was guest star on with RuPaul on Netflix's AJ and the Queen. If you haven't seen it, you're going to want to see it. And guess what? You do have time because the quarantine's not over. This is a pencil. Hey, now I'm Jimmy Fallon. Yeah. Tuesday and Thursday at 5 p.m. Pacific, because this boy's in LA, you know he is. He goes live on Instagram. Give it up for Teddy Margus.
Hello, everybody. It's me, Teddy Margus. Yay! I am getting drunk in this quarantine, and not because why you think. Hold on. I'm going to wet my whistle. I'm dealing with parents during the quarantine. Anybody out there dealing with parents during the quarantine? Oh my God, pain. Help me. I have to drink every time at the end of the day because my parents are like, okay, my parents were never gadget savvy, ever. Like they didn't have, my mother got a cell phone 2 years ago, but from 7-Eleven. And she had a 7-Eleven little tiny, I used to call it the Motorola TRD, the turd, because it was the shittiest phone in the universe. It had like 2 ringtones, and if you had a text, you had to hit select every single time, like H select, E select, L. And I was like, why do you have that phone? But that was what she wanted, and she was fine with it. So that was cool. Until the quarantine, when now she needs more updated things. This is how not gadget savvy my parents are. They, I swear to you, just last Christmas got a microwave. And they think it is the most amazing thing in the world. How do you have a microwave? I was like, are you serious? You're not gonna believe. And then when I went home this Christmas, she showed me the microwave. It was a toaster oven. It wasn't even a microwave. It was a toaster oven. And they're standing in front of it, giving it a round of applause about how fast it works. I was like, what is happening with you people? Okay. Cut to, we had to get her a smartphone because, hello, she's quarantined. We're not going to see her. She's elderly. And so we're so afraid she's going to catch it. So she and my mother and father are quarantined. We don't even go to see them. So the only contact we have is via the smartphone. So I taught her how to text on the smartphone. And she texted me in the beginning, emergency, emergency. And I was like, oh my God, what? I'm not getting or being able to receive texts. I said, Mom, but I got your text. Are you getting my text? Yes, but I'm not getting your sister's. Oh, there she is, that bitch. I know what she's doing, my sister. She's avoiding this whole entire thing. So I was busy and I was like, well, look, it's working. I'll text her, bleep, blop, blue. And at the end of our conversation, I did the worst thing in the universe. I texted a smiley face emoji. You would have thought I found the cure for cancer because she said to me, oh my God, you're not going to believe what just happened on my phone. What happened? I got a smiley face. I was like, oh, I know, it's an emoji. I sent it. How did you do it? Tell me how to do it. I don't have time right now to tell you how to do it. It's complicated, but ask your granddaughter. 2 hours later, I get a text. Look what I can do. I got 2 strawberries, a banana, a peach, a plum. And she goes, isn't this great? I was like, yes, if you're making a fruit salad, what? Now she only texts in emojis. It's like I have to read hieroglyphics. How are you, Mom? Birthday cake. Wait a minute. What does that mean? Birthday cake. Okay, birthday cake is good. So she must be good. Oh God, I can't do it. I can't do it. Then we were having a party for my niece. And so try to get this woman on Zoom. I said, look, I'm going to talk you through how to do Zoom. She goes, I'm not doing Zoom. Well, Mom, you don't even know what Zoom is. Yes, I do. It's that thing on the internet that everyone can spy and they're looking at you, and I'm not gonna have my face on a porn. Wait a minute. Who said anything about porn? We're gonna have a cute party for your granddaughter. Nope, I know it. I've heard the story before. Your Aunt Liz, she did a Zoom, and 2 weeks later, they found her face on somebody on a porn. I'm like, where are you getting this information? I have to have a drink at the end. But the kicker of all kicker stories is this one. She doesn't want to do email. Now with all this time, she wants to send actual letters. And she said, you know what I could do on my computer? I can make stationery. I said, well, beautiful, yay, round of applause for you, do it. I'm having a problem though. I said, what's your problem? God, I can't deal with this, I need a drink. What's your problem? She said, I want to put a picture above my name and I don't know how to do it. I said, okay, that's very easy. Find an image that you like, right click it. You could bring it over and paste it above your name. She goes, where do I find the images? I was like, anywhere. You could go anywhere. Do you go into the publisher? There's like a clip art. Find a clip art, right click the image that you like, put it above your name. I don't have clip art. I was like, Mom, you have clip art. We bought you the computer. Listen to me. We're going to go step by step. It's not an Apple. That's too advanced for her. She's got a PC. So I was like, hit your start, go into your publisher, move it over, click, clack, clue, a bippity boppity boo, do it. So she's like, I don't have it. I was like, well, then just go to Google. Google clip art. I don't care. Go to clipart.com. Go to clipart.com. Find an image that you like, right click it, bring it over. Then I had alcohol. Then I drank myself to sleep. I got a letter in the mail from Mother. Now, granted, it was on beautiful purple paper. Her name is at the top in a lovely lavender font. I think it was maybe Garamond or Helvetica. I'm not sure. And above her name was a giant vagina. Like a giant vagina was above my mother's name. And I'm looking at the paper like, OMG, what is this? So I called my mom. I was like, hi, Mom, guess what? I got your letter. Oh my God, I got your letter. And she goes, isn't it gorgeous, Teddy? I did the whole thing by myself. I said, Mom, you have a giant vagina. I could have left it at that. Mom, you have a giant vagina. Mom, you have a giant vagina above your name. And she said, what? I said, Mom, look at, but what is that picture above your name? What are you talking about? That's not a vagina. It's a lily. I said, Mom, it has hair on it. And then you heard like dead silence. And papers rustling. And she was like, oh my God, Teddy, I have a vagina above my name. I sent this letter to your grandmother. I sent it to our priest. Well, I went to that clitart.com you told me to go to. Wait, what? You went where? I went to clitart.com. I said, Mom, I told you to go to clipart.com. Not clitart, clipart.com. And she goes, well, what the hell's the difference? And I felt sad for my mom. Mom doesn't know the difference between a clit and a clip. Okay. So I told her. She was like, oh. Well, no wonder I'm getting all this lesbian shit on my computer right now. I can't. I'm going to finish my drink. That was my set. I'm Teddy Margus. I love you guys. I can't wait to watch the rest of the show until I black out.
Teddy Margus. Yeah. Man's so good at sex, he can find the clit accidentally. I don't know how vaginas work. Hey, you guys, welcome. If you guys are just tuning in, this is a Isolation Comedy Show. Thank you for being here. Invite your friends. Where are they? They're not being safe. And you know what? You're going to have to be inside for another 3 months because they're out getting a drink right now. Fuck them. Invite them here. Get them here where you are. And thank you for being here. How about another comedian that you guys can listen to his album? It's called Side Bettin', and it's coming out June 10th on all platforms. So make sure you tune into that. But tune into him right now. Give it up for Bryson Brown.
Making sure I'm good, man. Good job, everybody that's been up so far. A round of applause if you ain't been up. It's a good show. Thank y'all for having me. This is my second online show, so it's good to be talking to some grown-ups. I've been homeschooling a 5-year-old since this quarantine. This got to be the hardest shit. I done went from a full-time comic to a full-time teacher in 2 months, dog. I didn't sign up for this shit, man. I did. It's got to be the hardest shit, man. I got a 5-year-old too, bro. I got a kid that feel like they know everything. Like, I can't teach her shit. She feel like she know. Anybody got kids like that? They just feel like they know everything already. Try to teach her math. 1 plus 1. I know that one, Daddy. Try to teach her fractions. I know that all day. I try to read. I know that already. If you already knew it, you wouldn't have spelled win, W-E-N. You don't know. Sit your ass down and listen. You know, we do school. She want to take a break every minute of the day. How many breaks are you supposed to take as a child? Like, we started school, bro. You're not supposed to take 5 breaks. You take more breaks than the person at the warehouse. Like, how many breaks? How many breaks are you supposed to take, fam? Every time we start, I gotta pee. I want a snack. My eyes hurt. If you don't sit your ass down and read this goddamn Dr. Seuss so I can smoke and go on my lunch break, shit pissing me off, man. My wife like a superintendent. You know what I mean? She taking the school shit serious. You know, she don't want her baby to fall back during the quarantine. So she, you know, and I'm the one who got to teach her because she an essential worker. So I'm the motherfucker who got to teach her. She taking this shit serious. She get mad because I come in the living room dressed not appropriate. I got a robe on, drawers underneath the robe, you know, mug full of coffee. And she like, you need to dress up for the occasion. I'm like, nigga, I'm a supervisor. I'm a substitute. What the fuck is you talking about? I ain't even supposed to be here. So real people. I'm a substitute. I'm doing what substitutes do. 1 plus 1, y'all figure that out. I'm gonna be back here at this damn desk on my phone. I'll talk to y'all after lunch. Y'all get back from recess. Yeah, I can't stand this shit. I can't wait to be an essential worker again, man. These comedy shows need to hear you. Shout out to all the essential workers, man. If you're not an essential worker, I know your ass can't wait to get back to work. We used to all talk shit at our job and shit. I'm calling in. Your ass ain't calling in for 6 months. You're gonna be ready to go back and do that overtime now. Straight up. All essential. I'm gonna tell you who can't wait to get back to work though. Club bouncers. Motherfuckers who battle club bouncers, they gonna be the nicest motherfuckers in the world when jobs start back up. Cause they ain't had no action in so long. You remember before the quarantine, you couldn't even get in the club. They look at no, you can't. Your shoes too white. Take your ass back home. Your jeans too tight. Your skin too dark. You're like, God damn, bro, how am I supposed to get in the club? Shit. This weekend, the club open back up. Shit, everybody can get in. Come on in, shit. You got a pistol? Bring the pistol in. Just don't shoot nobody. Come on in. Bring the barbecue pit. Set it up in the back. They need to eat. We need the business. I'm gonna tell you who I can't wait. Who I'm not ready to get in front of because they ain't been to work in so long. Goddamn Foot Locker employees. Straight up, bro. Foot Locker, they was already on your ass before the quarantine. Just they ain't had no action in so long. Look, as soon as you walk in this damn Foot Locker, you need a size 10. Get him a size 10. Suck his dick real quick. Get him a size 10. Damn, bro, wait. Now I take the dick suck, but I don't want no size 10. I'm a 10 and a half, man. You need to know my job you doing. Yeah. Essential workers, man. They opening this shit back up though. They opening it up. They open it up in Texas. You know, goddamn Trump. They gonna open this motherfucker. Trump bullshit, man. Trump a scary motherfucker. Look. I tell people all the time, man, get your shit right. Trump ain't bullshitting out here. You know what I mean? This motherfucker here. Hey, look at him, bro. This ain't nothing. He looked like a villain. I feel like I'm in a real life superhero movie, bro. I feel like I'm in a real life comic book or some shit like that. Like he the only motherfucker who ain't got sick. He the only nigga with the antidote. How he ain't got sick? Everybody next to him coughing and shit. Everybody coughing. This motherfucker the only motherfucker walking around healthy as hell, smiling, still bullshit. Like, bro, he a real life villain. That's a real life villain if you ever seen him. That's every villain in every movie. Just look at him. He built like the Penguin already, so he halfway there. He built like the Penguin. He got that little bullshit on his hair, all that little shit that just poke over. All villains got that little bullshit right there that just sit over there. That they take over the world shit right there. You just swap it over and shit when you come up with new ideas. This motherfucker bullshit. We need some goddamn gun control out here. You know, that's the real issue right there, man. Real gun control. I ain't talking about this bullshit when you take everybody guns. Hell no. I'm from Texas. I want my gun. You ain't gonna be able to take everybody guns. Shit. But it's too many different type of guns. You know what I mean? If I was a president, everybody would get the same goddamn gun. That'd be the rule. You ain't gonna be walking around here with no AK. I got a 45. Hell no. Shit, it's too many different guns. I went to go shoot dice with my homeboys. One of my homeboys, this motherfucker pulled out a Tommy gun. I'm like, nigga, where you get that from? You gotta watch money around here, fam. Look, this one got a whole Tommy gun. I got too many different guns out here, bro. If I was a president, everybody get the same gun. Fuck all that. Everybody get a musket, goddamn. Yeah. Think about it. You remember the old gun, the more you got to put the powder in. Ain't gonna be no more mass shootings with the musket. Think about that shit. If you the second motherfucker get a shot after the first person with a musket, your ass deserve to get shot. Straight up. Because that means you sat there and watched his ass load that goddamn musket. Like, damn, he finna shoot the shit out of somebody. Pow! Oh shit, he shot me. What I do? You was the only one here. Everybody else ran. I gave you 30 minutes. Ain't gonna be no more bank robberies with a musket. You can't rob no bank with a goddamn musket. You need a quick gun, quick in and out, draw it. Everybody lay this shit down. Goddamn musket too long. You gotta pull that bitch out for 30 minutes. Goddamn it, everybody lay this shit down. Little Melvin, secure the back right there. We're gonna lay this bitch down. Yeah, they still go. Cops and came and shit. Hey, look, I just realized that was the light, man. Y'all need to change that shit. Hey, because the crowd don't know. Look, so like when your time is up, it go womp womp womp. So it feel like your joke wasn't shit. You were like, man, where that come from, bro? Was that the crowd? I thought y'all said could nobody come in the chat room. I thought y'all said could nobody come in this motherfucker. Who won't in this shit? But look, I got the new album coming out, man, June 10th. Make sure y'all check it out. It's gonna be available on all the platforms: Spotify, Apple Music, Bandcamp. My cousin, he bootlegged a few copies, so if you go to the corner store, he'll have them up there for you if you need you one. I don't mind. June 10th, man, I teamed up with Sure Thing Records out of Austin. So, you know, I'm from Austin, so, you know, we try to keep everything in-house. And that's how we doing it, man. Appreciate y'all for having me. That's the time, right? That was, yeah. All right, yeah. Appreciate y'all for having me, man. Enjoy the rest of the show. I got to run in here real quick, man, and check on my daughter to make sure my lasagna ain't burned up. I'm going to catch y'all later.
Bryson Brown, yeah. I'm so glad that it's so hard for me to have a kid. It's too hard. He's doing great. I can't imagine doing all of this and having a kid. Bryson Brown, congratulations. You're doing great. Yeah, it's great. Also, Teddy, your microphone's lowered, so I can't hear your claps. Oh yeah. That's another thing that every comedian's light is the womp 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 sound. So if you're watching this on Twitch, you don't get to enjoy that. But maybe you know one of these comedians, and maybe they'll get you in this room. How do I get in the green room? How do I get in there? You have to be a little somebody called Michelle. You have to be a little bit buddy called Marcus. For them, all right? They are superstars and they're laughing with us because we love them so much, okay? Or maybe you guys know somebody. Also, if you're here, you didn't pay anything. Thank you so much. We appreciate you. Usually when you go to a comedy club, we go like, hey, pay me, I don't know, $100, and then you order you 2-drink minimum. What are you paying? $1 million when you leave that club? You pay nothing here. We love you so much. If you wanted to pay $5 because you have $5. Impressive. But you have an outlet for PayPal. No shame. No shame. It's fine. How about another comedian? How about that? How about a man who runs co-host with a man who is also co-host on the same show as this one? It's all confusing, but it's called the Lanalex Corporation. Debut album Secrets. You can check that out too. Give it up. Put your hands together. Get a little excited for Aaron Brooks.
Hi, everybody. My name's Aaron Brooks. I'm a comedian. I'm going to try to make you laugh. And what's a terrible fucking time? Here we go. I'm a nerd. I've been a nerdy kid my entire life. I imagine if you're here watching this, you're probably into like live performance or performing arts of some kind. I got my start in drama club in high school. That's right. I was the huntsman my sophomore year of Rumpelstiltskin. But my big high school theater break came junior year when I was cast as the lead. That's right, the lead in Meet Me in St. Louis. I'm from the St. Louis area, so there was a lot on the fucking line here. Okay, it took a lot for me to get there to be Mr. Smith. The lead role as a fucking junior. Get out of town. Who does that? I was built for this. I was built to be a dad, gracing, just floating across a high school auditorium stage. It was a thing of beauty. I nailed it. But the weird thing about like drama club people, it's not necessarily like the kids are really strange or fucked up. It's the people, it's the adults that are sort of hanging on. There was a guy in my hometown. His name was Drama Club Dave. I don't know what his real last name is. We only knew him as Drama Club Dave. He was in his mid-40s. He was bald on top. He drove a Geo Tracker. And every year he insisted on coming into our high school play and filling a bit part. He never said more than 4 or 5 words throughout the entirety that I knew him, several years. But he was a guy who just loved local high school theater productions. The weird, like, I don't know if he just thought it was like a big break coming for him, but this guy, he never said anything, but he would ham up every single reaction. I mean, just everything was so over the top and so intense. And then he would get off stage and he wouldn't talk to anybody and he would just leave. And that was okay with our sponsor. Her name was Norma Azadorian. She used to be a belly dancer back in the 70s. How did we know? Because all of the yearbooks, like the drama club scrapbooks, had pictures of her belly dancing, right? Just doing a belly dance. And with students around, she fucked one of our students who later went on to shoot a guy. So she was our sponsor. She was our sponsor. She wasn't like a terribly great sponsor or a good teacher. But one morning when we were building the set for Meet Me in St. Louis, I got there like 7 a.m. I walked like from my house across the baseball diamond. That was like the only time I felt like a jock, when I was like walking to school, just kicking the dirt that I would never get to play on because my parents didn't believe in organized sports. So I walked to the school and I'm standing there and Mrs. Azadorian is waiting outside. And my dad and stepmom smoked like chimneys. And like I just smelled like cigarettes all the time. Just if you've ever lived with somebody who smokes cigarettes, you know it just gets into everything. You can't get rid of it. And I'm standing there waiting on her, and she looks at me and she says, "Did you have a good smoke this morning?" And it's like, wait, what? No, it's like my dad and stepmom smoke. And she refused to believe me. But she's gonna have a guy mid-40s, lives with his mom. He has a Roth IRA. Why are you letting this guy hang out with people who are 16 years old? Are smoking or drinking or having sex. We were just innocent kids growing up in the Midwest. And you've got this weird guy who looks like he's a side character on Unsolved Mysteries. Like, why is that guy hanging out at our fucking show all the time? I don't know why he's here, why you're allowing this to happen. Like, she was a responsible adult and she let us down in more ways than one. Saturday, first show, 8:00. Meet Me in St. Louis happens. I'm Mr. Smith. My wife in the show, Mrs. Smith, is my real life cousin. Her name is Penny Wheat. That's her real legal name. There was a kissing scene where I'm supposed to kiss my wife, and for realism, you know, we're trying to keep things real. I said, "Hey, I don't want to kiss my cousin," and her response was, "We're not blood, Aaron." It's like, wait a second, this is too fucked up even for me in Southern Illinois. I don't want to do this. I'm not going to kiss my cousin. So that was like a real conversation I had to have with an adult Norma Asadorian, who she was down with it because she actually married her first cousin. They were cousins by marriage, and they got married. And one time, her husband/cousin was a sponsor on one of our school field trips, and he beat up my deaf stepbrother on a bus. But you know what? That's neither here nor there. So we're hanging out, right? We're doing the show. Things are going great. Saturday night, first show, everything's awesome. You know, we're like the gymnasium is packed. There's all kinds of people there. We're having a great time. The show's going off without a hitch. And then there's an intermission. At the return to intermission, the curtain's open and I'm sitting at a desk writing a letter to somebody. And then all of a sudden, my wife storms in from stage left. And I'm sitting there, the curtain opens, the spotlight's on me. I'm fake writing. And I'm waiting for my cousin, Penny Wheat. I'm waiting for her to just storm in and get the scene started. I'm just kind of waiting, and she's not coming. I don't hear her footsteps across the stage. I kind of glance over. There's nobody there. And I think, holy shit, they forgot to get the girls out of the girls' dressing room at the intermission. Nobody told them intermission was over. So I'm just there looking like a fucking idiot on the stage, fake writing. We all know I'm fake writing. You know what I mean? I've got a pen with a quill that's longer than my dick will ever be 4 times over. But this is embarrassing. So I'm sitting there like writing this note, and then like I'm just, what am I supposed to do? So I stand up and I start looking around the stage, and I said, "Oh, I wonder where my wife could be. Where is my wife? I would love to speak to my wife." And I'm just sweating bullets, right? I'm just like nervous as all shit. Finally, the girls come. The rest of the play goes off without a hitch. I'm hero of the day. Everything's great. At the end of this show, we're sort of like, it was our last like performance. We're all like taking our costumes off, and I'm like a fat, sweaty man. You know what? We all know. And I take my shirt off, and it is just like I could wring it out. It was just filled with sweat, and there was a giant hole down the side from where I had torn it. And after we're done dressing, we put all of our clothes together. And Norma Asadorian, my teacher, she came over and she goes, "Hey, whose shirt was this?" And it's clearly like the biggest shirt. It's clearly the one that is covered the most in sweat, and it's the only one with a hole down the side. And I was just like, I don't know, what's it me? I had nothing to do. Like, I'm clearly the one who's the only one who's gonna burst out of a fucking shirt. So I never had to pay for it. A couple of years later, they shut down the drama club program entirely because I went to school in Southern Illinois where nobody gives a shit. But I do have somewhere a tape of that show, and I'll leave with something here. We used to do this thing. We would tap each other on the balls when we would enter and exit on stage. So there are several moments on this VHS cassette of Meet Me in St. Louis where you can see me enter, and I'll just tap my friend Peter right in the balls. And one time he got me, he hit me real flush. You know what I mean? He got both of them with the back of his hand. It wasn't a cradle situation. It was very difficult. It did not feel good. And it's something that I've never forgiven him for. In fact, I blocked him on Facebook. He just had a child, but I've never seen it, never going to. I had nothing to do with him because he almost dropped me in the middle of Meet Me in St. Louis, my starring role. And for that, Peter Kokas, I will never forgive you. Thank you guys for having me. I'm Aaron Brooks. Enjoy the rest of your show.
Yeah.
went the trolley. Ding, 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 went the bell. Clang, 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 with my heartstrings. As I played Judy, it was a Shakespearean play where everyone had balls. We tap each other on the balls. Everyone would do it. That's because there were no women. You guys, Aaron Brooks, he's so great. We have the other co-host of the Lanalex Corporation coming up for you, but he's also the host of I Learned Nothing. Give it up for Austin's own Pat Dean.
Hey.
And we're back. Folks, sometimes Aaron will tell me stories about where he grew up, and I can't believe that that took place in the United States of America. Sometimes he'll tell stories to me, and he'll try to make me feel weird, where it's like, what, you didn't grow up with snakes in your tap water? No, I didn't at all. What, your teacher wasn't also the local sheriff who did drugs with teens? No. So fuck you. Try to make me feel bad. I'm in outer space. I wore a tie. I thought it'd be nice to dress up for this. I'm dressed up nice. I have no pants on at all. However, this is how I normally do stand-up comedy, to be honest with you. No pants, a complete and utter silent crowd. Lot of has anyone seen my phone? I thought it'd be funny if I brought a mic with me, but it's not funny at all. So. I hope that you're. I'm gonna drop the background here. It's a little distracting. Give me 2 seconds. Here we go, friends. You guys a question. I hope you guys have been having a fantastic quarantine. I hope that you're healing yourself mentally, physically, emotionally. The sad thing is that this background is my actual background. The other one wasn't in outer space. This is a Justin Bieber poster that my roommates put up for me a few years ago that I've never taken down. Next are I have 2 bathrobes. This is a bathrobe. That bathrobe is a bathrobe that I use for showering purposes. It has never been washed. This one, this is a towel actually, but this one, I got this robe. This is kind of my traveling robe. I got this robe a number of years ago. I was performing stand-up comedy. Remember that? Remember that thing you've devoted yourself to for the last 8 years and ruined your life for? Remember? Look what happened to me now. I'm doing shows with Colton Dowling in my room. I am wearing shorts with this. I mean, this is not even. My life is continuing to fall apart. I joined a cult. Everyone's always like, join a cult, you'll have sex with people, but we have to have sex with the guy in charge. What the fuck is that about? I'm trying to get my dick sucked, I'm not trying. I'm trying to service the great leader. The great leader is an 88-year-old impotent man, and frankly, we have too many of those right now, myself included. Unfortunately, when I don't regularly perform stand-up comedy, it's sort of like Samson from the Bible. Moment of silence. His name was Samson, and they would do this. I guess he got his strength from his hair. What, man? Things were very different. Very, very different Back then, you could literally meet the Son of God on the street. You could actually have him fix your garage if you're wealthy enough, and you could also get your power from your hair. So Samson was this guy who, I guess, if you cut his hair, his strength would go away. And I'm sort of like that, except with comedy. Except when I don't do comedy, I become sexually impotent, which is very. It's not that big a deal because I can't go anywhere because of the. You guys know about the quarantine? They have that in your hometown. Sometimes I make like Texas references. I can't tell if they translate to a wider audience. But the point of this whole story, my friends, is that sometimes we're going to go back to outer space for a moment because I'd like to show you something. Sometimes something horrifying happens when you're on the internet. So what happens is sometimes when I move backward or move my, you can actually, his face comes through a little bit. So let's see if we can make this happen. Because it is horrifying. Is it going to work? It is what?
Oh, well.
Hey.
Sometimes if I'm like just gesticulating wildly, people will message me and they'll say, Pat, why is there a man with a smoldering glance on his face in the background? Who is he? Are you safe? And the answer is Justin Bieber and no. None of us have will be safe. I'm looking through these comments and I don't like them. Let me tell you, okay, so yeah, this is not good. A lot of these comments, hey Pat, oh, nice joke, stupid, or hey, the Jews did 9/11. I'm seeing a lot of anti-Semitism in these and Radu is a little too a little too confusing looking to laugh at that joke. The joke there is that Radu is laughing. You guys can't hear it, but Radu is a very suspicious looking person. If you catch my drift, and you guys know what I'm talking about, I'm making it racial. And he laughed at the anti-Semitism with a joy that I have not seen since this morning. Don't you dare give me the light. They play instead of a light because, see, it's interesting because when we first started doing these online shows, the host would give you the light, but you can't see it because they're in a different home or apartment. So a lot of these shows went over by hours because comics had no idea when they were supposed to stop. So they just sort of what they do instead is they play a sad trombone sound effect. So I heard that sad trombone. I choose to ignore it because someone has to make these jokes. Someone has to make the people laugh, make the people forget all of the sadness that can exist in the world. Unfortunately, that is the end of the set. So you'll have to go back to your cold rooms. You'll have to go back to your apartments with no electricity. You'll have to go back to your life of your single twin bed that you have in that shithole you call a bedroom, and you have one mirror in the entire house directly above you. You can't afford electricity, but you like to watch yourself as you calculate sexually. So I guess go back to that. I guess keep on keeping on. The truth is out there. I started watching X-Files. I guess. And I just want to say to everyone out there in the world that sometimes God is trying to kill you. However, there are ways to defeat God. I do not have enough time to get into it, but I guess read the Apocrypha Bibles. And goodbye, good luck, God bless you. Fuck you.
Pat Dean. I've never seen him in not a t-shirt. That's fun. And also, I never realized if he puts a suit on, he looks exactly like James Kramer. Do you know who I'm talking about? Yeah. Can I get a button on that? No one knows, because who watches financial shows? James Kramer. Hey, how's it going? This is was that played live? This is Isolation Comedy. Thank you guys so much for being here. We have an amazing lineup. We have 4 more comics left, and this next comic is, yes, sorry, Jasmine just found out who James Kramer is. I was actually offended that I was like, that's a really good he looks like joke, and didn't even work. I didn't realize I was niche. I'm a niche boy. Okay, great. This next comedian performs regularly at the Velveeta Room and Cap City. She also was going to make her debut at Moon Tower if it ever happens. Give it up for Angelina Martin.
Hello. It feels so good to use my voice for something other than screaming at my vibrator. I have been quarantining pretty much by myself this whole time and have completely lost it by now. I give myself like a few more weeks alone before I either become a white rapper or post my news on Facebook. I will snap. It's just a matter of how that will look. I've had like way too much time for self-reflection. I'm sick of it. I was never supposed to know myself this well. Like I was only ever supposed to be casual acquaintances with myself. And now after this, I have to live the rest of my life with the knowledge that I'm the kind of person who sends multiple emails to a head shop asking them to restock one specific bong, or that I'm someone who's very comfortable eating ravioli out of a Ziploc bag in the bathtub. Those are parts of myself I never wanted to find out about. It's going to be, I wish I could stuff those back in. I've been thinking a lot about like possible lives that I could have led if I made different decisions. I'm like, who would I be right now if I hadn't dropped out of college? Like, who would I be if I hadn't broken my nose in the 6th grade? Like, who would I be if I hadn't tried to flirt with a boy when I was 18 who interrupted me to tell me that I had a piece of scrambled egg on my forehead? Turns out it wasn't just my skin. Who would I be if that never happened? Probably running NASA right now. If I had, I would be Mr. NASA if it wasn't for that. Ruined my damn life. I have been thinking a lot about my past decisions. I recently turned 25 a few months ago, and turning 25 for me was like eating the apple in the Garden of Eden. It just made me aware, like, oh my God, I've been naked this entire time. And nobody told me. It's very eye-opening. Also, like, I don't know, I think it's a combination of like growing older and also just like quarantine depression, but I've lost my libido for the first time since puberty. I mean, I wasn't horny that like entire time. Like obviously I took breaks to like attend funerals or go to the mall with my mom. Like I wasn't drinking wet and pay less. I'm not that happy about savings. But after being a horny monster for pretty much 10 years straight, like it's so odd losing my sex drive because it's just, it feels like I'm waking up out of like a blackout bender. I'm like, I said that? I did what? With who? This is all news to me. I don't take responsibility for anything that I've said while I'm horny. That is a completely different girl, okay? I don't know her. We've never been introduced, but I do know that she is not a feminist. Everything I know about her. It's not that I regret like all the sex I've had, but like being horny definitely does make you a little insane. Like I think it's so cheesy in movies when they say like love makes you do crazy things. Love makes you crazy. Like, no, it doesn't. I have never yanked my own tampon out of my body and thrown it out of a moving vehicle for love. The emotion that I was feeling at the time. It was something a little bit different. I've also been thinking a lot about my future and what I want to do after this and kind of re-examining some career goals that I had. Like I've always wanted to be an actress and I still want to be an actress, but I don't want to find out what I look like. I feel like that's none of my business. It's just, I know that like in my head, I think I'm cute. In my head, I think I'm the main character. And I don't want like a room full of 40-year-old theater kids in suits to tell me, actually, we see you as more of like a wacky aunt. Or maybe like the girl that the hot guy goes out with to seem like a better person. That would be so harsh to hear, like to think that I'm a babe and then to find out that I'm a valuable lesson. I'm not prepared for that. Acting is so strange to me because like any other job, if your boss tells you to lose weight or you'll get fired, like HR is on his ass. He's out the door. You get his job and his family. But if you're an actor and your boss tells you to lose weight or you'll get fired, he might win an Oscar for that. And you just have to live with that. Yeah, I don't know. I've been trying to distract myself a little bit by watching my favorite TV shows, listening to my favorite music. It's just kind of hard though, because like watching Mad Men makes me want to drink, and country music makes me want to drink. And I think it's because those things like really glamorize drinking, and also because I'm an alcoholic. So, even the sunrise makes me want to drink. That is one silver lining of this pandemic, is that all the alcoholics can just like fall off the wagon and no one is allowed to say shit about it. Like my psychiatrist actually prescribed me hard liquor. He's like, you know, I did tell my best friend that I was drinking again. She was like, yeah, that makes sense. I love that for you. My mom was a lot less understanding. Obviously, here's the thing here's my advice to any like budding, aspiring alcoholics out there. From an old pro, make your disease sound as cute as possible for as long as possible. Like, call yourself a wine mom, call yourself an IPA guy, call yourself a Listerine fiend. Like, whatever, anything that like looks good on a coaster, call yourself that for as long as you can. Because once you tell your mom that you're an alcoholic once, you ruin Thanksgiving forever. Whether or not you get sober, Thanksgiving's in the trash. It's done for. She was like, Angelina, it doesn't work like that. You can't just flip a switch and decide you're not an alcoholic anymore. And I had to tell her, oh, Mom, I still think that I'm an alcoholic, but I'm also a sister, a daughter, an Aquarius. Like, I have lots of different labels. In a box like that. Gotta let me spread my wings. Sister, daughter, Aquarius, alcoholic will be my tombstone. Nobody take that. Thanks, y'all. I've been Angelina Martin. Please tip the comics. Even a little bit helps. Tip $5 or $10 if you're in the tech industry. Thanks, y'all. Have a
Angelina Martin. Hey, give it up for her in your own homes for sure. Thank you. Yeah, give it up. Keep it going. Keep it going. Keep it going. Keep it going. Yeah, great. Love it. I quit drinking myself recently. Already found God, you guys. So it's me, you guys. I'm God. I am so sorry about all the murder. Anyways.
Oh my God.
Oh God, how fun. Welcome to Isolation Comedy, you guys. This is pretty much it's a comedy show, and we are wrapping it up. So if your friends are missing and they're out there, they're like endangering all of us, invite them here where it's safe. All right, get them in here. It's fun. We're gonna keep this going. We have 3 more comics, and you're in for a treat. All right. This next comic is from Houston. I've done their show in Houston. It's fun. You've also seen them on Come and Take It Comedy Festival, which is also in Houston. It's a very Houston-centric credit reel. Give it up for Zahid. Keep it going, keep it going, keep it going, keep it up. Yeah. Devji.
Hey, that was good. Huh? I don't know how to start shows. I just kind of start. It finds itself. It finds itself over time. Colton, pretty good. Pretty good. I got a whole, look at this. You guys ready for some heaters? You guys ready for some fucking heaters? You guys want to do come or you want to go race? I got some of them that kind of cross mingle. They don't. By the way, rhetorical. I know that you can't answer back. Don't yell it at the computer screen, you fucking idiots. I can't hear you. God, Twitch, what a bunch of inbreds. This is one just for comics. That's how I like to start the show. Jokes for comics only. I can't tell if I'm horny or if I miss stand-up so much because of how much I'm humping the stool in the kitchen. Yep, just for comics. Only need to hear those laughs. Can't hear your laughs. It doesn't even matter. Go in Venmo right now. Get ahead of it. That's what I say. Get ahead of it. You know, if the jokes are bad, you've already Venmoed, so it's it's easier that way for me personally. Hey guys, a lot of people tend to think that I'm Indian, and I am. So I get where they're coming from on that. That checks out. Makes sense. I'm so Indian.
How Indian are you?
Get it. When my grandfather died, my family skipped all the stages of grief and went directly to bargaining. Even the comics didn't like it. You think you didn't like it? You should hear this lobby. It's fucking silent. You couldn't hear a cum drop. By the way, I'm so Indian. After sex, I say thank you, come again, and then I let myself out. My own room. I leave it. This is one no one will also like. Hey, these fucking Indian women, am I right? No, they're what? All right. They're I have new stuff and I'm gonna tell it to you. Okay, Indian women, I don't know if you know an Indian woman. You should get to meet them. They're there. And they age really poorly. Yeah, and you know who doesn't age poorly? Asian women. Asian women, that's why I think it's hard to be a pedophile in China. You know? Because if you're you're like, yeah, she's 14. She's like, I'm 48. And you're like, oh, well, this isn't fun. You're just some old aunt that I'm fucking. Not the only reason it's hard to be a pedophile in China. The other reason, one-child policy. That's come on. You know what I mean? Not enough kids to fuck. You gotta find them. Right? That's why the Asian women, they're the great ones. You know, that's why like if I meet your Indian mom and I go, who is this? Your sister? Because I'm cool. That's me trying to be charming. If I meet your Asian mom and I go, who is this? Your sister? That's me trying to figure it out. I can't tell. You guys all look the same. Oh my God. Racism. No, I'm kidding. Everyone looks the same. I'm not kidding. I don't know. Who are you going to tell? It's Twitch. What are you gonna Yelp a Twitch show? I'm not even. You can't even find me. I'm not anywhere. Mumford and Sons. They're not all his sons. They're fucking friends of his. Liars. They should be called Mumford and Liars. You guys think ENTs are getting too cocky? You know, like ear, nose, and throat? Like, fucking pick one. You know, what are you trying to attack a whole scope? Just say it's a face doctor. I need an ear, nose, and pussy doctor. I was thinking about that. That doesn't make any sense. Guys, we're on page 1 of 17. Hang in there. We got 60 more minutes. You want to see my impression of me having sex with Lord? Pop music singer Lord is my impression of me having sex with Lord. Oh, Lord. Yep. And I'd say, thank you, come again. Tie the whole joke together. That structure. You laugh. It feels like something happened, but really nothing has happened. Really nothing has happened. And nothing will happen. This is the end. You know, guys, I have 118 YouTube subscribers. I don't need this. I don't need this fucking shit. All right. I don't need this. Last time I did a Zoom show, I saw a screen go black after a joke. I walked someone on a Zoom show. You think I fucking give a shit about your fucking opinions? Huh? You fucking think, look, this is my head, resting cancer face. I have to see this every day in the mirror. Fuck you. I don't care what you think. I don't come to your place of work because I'm not allowed to because of the quarantine. Stay inside, let it die. You know what I mean? What I say. Did you guys hear about white people? Am I right? God, I wish I was white. I really, sometimes I do. You don't think I want to call my mom by her first name? 12 more. You don't think I want to have dinner at the table? I wish I was white. You don't think I want to pull my wife aggressively by the elbow at a gathering because she got too drunk and I have to go, I'm sorry, she gets like that sometimes. And it's uncomfortable for everyone. I want to be white. You don't think I want to know too many. Shut the fuck up in the lobby. I'm cooking. I want to be white. You don't think I want to know too many facts about dolphins? That's something I don't get with you. Just fuck them. You guys want to fuck them. Just have sex with them. Yeah, the genitals, they're the same. Fine. Just go to SeaWorld. Get on a dolphin's face. You'll be doing everyone a favor, you fucking creep. You don't think I want to be white? Huh? You don't think I want to enjoy an entire glass of milk on occasion? I want to be white. You don't think I want to call it chai tea, which roughly translates to TT? You fucking idiot. Huh? You don't think I want to? You think I don't want to live stream Hamilton from my couch? I want to be white. You know. What if I just left my own show? Like I just left and went to the kitchen, and you just hear me in the back. You know, like I want to be white. Just fucking shut up, bitch. Slap the dog. You know, that's what I call my wife. What? You don't think I want to say the phrase early Eminem? Those are my list. It's literally in a folder in my phone called White Things. I will make it till I die. Okay? You don't think I want to miss a high five and go, no, we got to do it again. Idiots, get out of here. I'm Muslim. Surprise. If you can't hear, I got the light, an audio light, which is the sad trombone sound, which came in after the Muslim part. That was like a personal 9/11 to me right there. That was even after the first 9/11, which I still got it in here. Great branding though, right? With the 9/11 thing, right? They took the phrase from Alzheimer's, never forget. They just reattached it to 9/11. It's cool. I like it. Think locally, act, however you want to. It's your life. I don't give a shit how you act. You guys see, this is where the magic happens. You guys see this fucking thing right here? That's where I'm learning to do magic. And so the other night I was eating ice cream in bed, naked, just staring at the mirrors on the ceiling. And so a little bit of ice cream came off the spoon. And I'm 32. What's up? And it fell onto the bed. And I should have just cleaned it off. And then what I did instead was I got off my bed with my dirty, naked dick and balls. And I sucked the ice cream out of the mattress. I sucked it out, and then I remember thinking like, I gotta fuck. It's been too long. It's a memory foam. It's not gonna forget. It's not gonna forget, you know. All right, this is great. You guys are fun. Give us $1,000 each, you fucking people. All right, thanks, guys.
Zahid. Devji, I knew I forgot something. And the only thing was to stream that Hamilton play. I forgot that was happening, and my God, I got an email from, I think, just like suggested things that white people like, and I did like it. And I was like, fuck. I am on the email list of whatever that list that you wrote from, Zahid. Great, I love it so much. So keep that shit going. I'm gonna do that tonight. That's what I'm gonna do. So if you don't know that, you can stream Hamilton, and it's a really good show. But you're not gonna want to do that, not for 2 more comics, because we just have 2 more comics. And this next one, you've seen them on this show a couple of times. You've also seen, I hope you listen to these credits and then you go and do the credits that I tell you to do, because this next comic has a stand-up special and album, I Can't Die, from Stand Up Records, and is on iTunes, and the video special is on Vimeo. So like, I hope you go see it right now, but not right now. Write it in your notes. Give it up for Ryan Coney.
Okay. Yeah. Chat. No, I got corporate blowing smoke up my ass about the memos already. I can't have you. Chat. Chat. No, 50 grand? No. Are you freaking kidding me? 50 grand. That ain't gonna cut it, buddy. Yeah, 50 grand might get me a freaking asparagus at the Whole Foods. You know, suck my ass, chat. Suck my ass, call me. Yeah. Yes. Pucker them lips, suck my little butthole. All right, chat. All right. Okay. No, I'll talk to you later. Love you too, buddy. Okay. Yeah, 50 grand ain't gonna do it. All right. Sorry about that, y'all. Business as usual. You know how we do. I'm going to be honest. I know y'all have been, if you've been keeping tabs with me, I've had some ups and downs on this quarantine, and, you know, pandemic, illness, people are dying. It's not good. Personally, I'm freaking thriving. I've been making the most money I've ever made. I've been stealing, like, my neighbors keep getting these packages and I just keep taking them. And I got some beats today. These are Beats by Dre, baby. Beats by Dre. That's you. My neighbor Hugh. I don't know. It's been going pretty good. I'm a little elated. So I just got off the clock. I am a little elated. I think that's how you say it. I've got some pretty good news. I've got some pretty good news for y'all. I don't know. You probably might notice something a little bit different with me, other than I shaved. Get out of here. No, I'm just kidding. This is a bottle opener. Jesus. This is tough. How do you... Usually my secretary does that. All right. Who did this? Who put a bunch of money on my desk? I got crazy roommates. I got wild roommates, man. And I don't know. Everything's been pretty lit. Good news. That's what I was going to tell you about. Let me do this old rum and coke here. Coca-Cola. I stopped doing cocaine back at Harvard University in Connecticut. Y'all have noticed a little wardrobe change. Your boy finally got accepted to the Wizards. I'm a sorcerer. I applied. I spent $1,200 to get into the International Sorcerer. It's the International Society of Intermediate Sorcerers, and I had to pay him $1,200. Kind of like SAG, kind of how like the SAG after stuff works. So I paid him $1,200, and I'm officially in the International Society of Intermediate. I'm a part of it, baby. Boy, ISIS. I got the letter from the White House saying that signed by sorcerers. And so I knew about this. I knew about this for about a week. You know, I got the email. Everything's digital these days. But today, this is why I'm excited. Today, I got my official. This is a wizard set. A lot of people are probably not familiar with wizards and sorcerers and sorceress. So this is basically, there's a loop here. You put it on your wizard robe, this is not my wizard robe. This is my smoking jacket. So that's just normal. So basically, it's like a satchel. You can put whatever in here. You put all your scrolls and trinkets, and then you kind of rest it. You kind of try. This ain't going to be a thirst trap. I'm showing you how to practically use this wizard satchel. But yeah, those are real abs. You kind of put it here, and then you can store your, I don't know if y'all can see that, your potions and stuff in there. Of course, I just got a bunch of 5-hour energy in there for now because I'm still waiting on some of the scrolls. The biggest thing I am most elated about is they sent me my little wizard homie. You get these in the mail, and it's official. You cowards go to Harvard University, you go to Brown, you spend hundreds and billions of dollars on tuition, and you get a piece of paper that you put in a frame and you put it on your wall. Well, how you think this little puppy's gonna look in a frame on my wall? I'm gonna put this in a big ass frame. Hang that shit on my wall, y'all. I'm gonna put that there. Still whittling. I'm still working on my wand. It's got quite a bit of work. It's illegal to have it about 42 inches. This is a 42-inch wand, and they don't accept it. So it's a little. I'm kind of the bad boy in ISIS. I'm kind of the naughty boy. But I don't even know. And basically the biggest thing about this, and I guess we can get a little more serious. The biggest thing about, I hear it all the time, and I know what you're thinking. First of all, with quarantine, with not being able to hang out with anybody, and now I'm officially a wizard. People are going, all my jock friends, all my no-neck muscle dummy, noodle brain, spaghetti head jocks, they're all like, so basically you're not going to get laid anymore now that you got a bunch of wizard dolls in your room. And buddy, first of all, I wasn't getting laid prior to this. And that's mostly by choice. It is 100% by choice. I have been abstaining from sex, and not an issue. Quarantine hasn't been an issue. I think that's why I'm thriving so much. We got Zahid's over there sucking ice cream out of his mattress, and honestly, I don't even eat dairy. And I'm out here. I'm out here, and like, here's the deal. A lot of people, they're a little judgy. It's kind of like when you tell people you don't drink, they're always like, and if we're gonna get intimate, take off my little sliders. A lot of people. If somebody says I don't drink, they always assume there's like a big reason, like you made a fool out of yourself, you have a problem. Same thing goes with sex. But the reason I'm abstaining from sex is it's religious. It's for religious reasons. It is because of God. I'm abstaining for God, essentially, and basically, I just want to fuck God to be my first. I want to have sex with God, and I want it to be pure. I mean, think about it. Homeboy is omnipotent. Start counting the holes on your body right now. Right? That's a lot of ice cream. That's a lot of mint chocolate. That's a lot of Rocky Road, depending where you put it. Rocky Road would probably be probably. I mean, I'd like to say my abs are the Rocky Road, but these puppies are smooth. Look at that. Anyways, no, I'm not very religious. I just it's mostly my personality that has been why I've never been laid.
Ryan Cody, everybody. Wow. God, please fuck him. Amen. Amen. Our penultimate comic of the night. You guys, we have reached our final comic, and you guys are in for a very special treat. If you're watching this on recording, or if you're just joining us, welcome. Thank you so much for being here. And thank you for scrolling through, because, hey, welcome Radu's followers. And how they scrubbed all the way here. And let me tell you guys should go back. We just had some good laughs, didn't we, guys? Oh man, you guys, this is great. This next writer, by the way, has written for Comedy Central. They have also appeared on Sirius XM. Give it up and make some own noise in your own house. It's Friday. Get your roommates to yell something or other. Get some noise for Radu Banda.
Hi. Yes, yeah, that's my voice. That's it. No, sorry. Guys, it's been such a funny show. What a fucking fantastic show. Ted, first of all, from every person on this set, but just Teddy is my favorite person. That was amazing. What Zaya did was incredible. What Ryan did was revolutionary. Pat was so hilarious, but has been on mute this entire time. I imagine both Pat and Aaron kept themselves on mute because they're constantly eating in between sets. And so it's nicer for the rest of us, because if you've ever heard either Pat or Aaron eat, it's sexual and it's aggressive and it's racist. And I'm just so fucking happy to be here. This is my favorite thing to perform for, is people who probably reside in or around Austin. I live in Houston, which is a bad place to live. And I would drive to Austin on Sundays to do the open mic at Cap City. I would do 4 shitty minutes and I'd drive back to Houston. That's how much better the audiences in Austin are. And I don't want you to take that as a compliment. You're not better people. They're still garbage through and through. You know what I mean? I could never live in Austin because I'm not a white person who's secretly racist or a minority that owns a 3-legged dog. So I have to live in a real city, but I love Austin. It's the best. This is a terrible way to start, by the way. If you've never seen me before, now you just hate me. But I kind of like that. It's baked in. I'm sort of unlikable. Like me and Zayed, we're unlikable, but we go different ways to get there. He's like Michael Jordan. I'm like Zayed. What does that even mean? Can I just tell you? So this is a sort of somber, serious note. My father is stuck in Romania. He was trying to leave in the beginning of March. The city that he's in is a COVID hotspot. and Delta actually canceled his ticket without him even being on a Delta flight. They just knew where he was coming from. So he's just stuck in his hometown. It's under a military quarantine, so it's like reminding him of his childhood in communism, where there's just like curfews and people like, "Where's your papers? You know, why are you going? What are you doing?" And the whole reason he's even stuck there, he went there to bury his mother. That's right, his mom had just died. Thank you for whoever laughed at that. Trying to paint this really sad story, but actually, it is kind of funny. So thank you. So he's there with his dead mom, and those stories of communism haunting him. And do you know what he does with all his free time? He FaceTimes me in the middle of the night, and he teaches me life lessons. So he's drunk, and he FaceTimes me, and he goes, "Boy, do you know how to make a woman come?" And I said, "Oh no, stop. I'm in bed next to my wife." And he goes, "First, you put 2 in the mouth part and then 2 in the bottom, and you close the circuit."
Oh my God.
He's an electrical engineer, so he wasn't fucking around. That was real advice he wanted to give me. I don't have an ending to that. It's just a sad thing that happens in my life. My dad is depressed, and he's teaching me how to make women come. And I've tried it on my wife. It doesn't even work at all. So fuck you, Dad. No, I'm sorry. I love Pat, by the way. I hope you guys don't think I'm a mean person. I like to do mean things, but Pat Dean, my favorite. I wrote a joke about Pat Dean during the quarantine. Do you guys want to hear it?
Yes.
Okay, so I was walking around Austin looking for a place to jerk off, and I found this dumpster behind a Long John Silver's, and I was like, "Oh, that looks good." So I go to lift up the lid to jerk off in the dumpster, but Pat Dean's in there, and he sees me jerking off, and he goes, "Hey, I don't come in your house and come in your house." Terrible joke, by the way.
Well, now everyone's gonna know about the Long John Silver.
I made him come out of isolation. Did you hear that? He was like Edward Snowden, peeking his head up when there's a new NSA thing. By the way, this quarantine comedy thing, people are like, "Oh yeah, it's just for people who are stuck inside." It's not just for people stuck inside during Corona. There's all kinds of people that weren't going to comedy but would have loved stand-up. There's people who are disabled. There's people who are medically ugly. There's Osama bin Laden was in a cave for many years, and he would have benefited from this form of light entertainment. And so we,
light entertainment.
I learned a song. I'm actually sitting at a piano because I do a lot of Zoom shows. So if at any point a joke doesn't land, I'll start playing Randy Newman's "Short People." The whole song. I play the whole fucking song if you stop laughing, by the way. So, and I do the voice. I go, "Short people got no reason." So, all right, listen. I never get to do that bit because there's never pianos in comedy clubs. And I was doing that bit at some point a couple weeks back before stand-up was illegal, or some version of some Randy Newman bit. And I'm doing the voice, and a drunk lady gets up, and she stands up, and she goes, "Hey, you shouldn't impersonate mentally disabled people." And I was like, no, that's Randy Newman. A Bug's Life, like Toy Story. He's just got a specific voice. And then she goes first. She goes, "That's why we don't say the word retard. It's like the N-word." And I was like, "I don't even know what you mean, but what are you? No, we shouldn't say either words, but America has a very different relationship with those two groups of people, okay? Those plantations would have been worthless. What are you talking about? Very inefficient. No work would have gotten done. A mentally plantation, and the spirituals would have been terrible. You got a friend in the water. It would just, ugh. That's not retard voice. That's a Randy Newman impression, please. I just don't care. I want to get canceled. That's what I'm going for now. So what? You gonna take this away from me? Good. I don't want this. First part of my day. No, I'm kidding. I love this. Please don't hurt me. Hey, this is a fun one. This is not to wash the taste out of that last one. Hey, Joe Biden, we got to vote for him, and he might be a sex offender. Isn't that fun? What a fun twist for your vote. Here's the thing. If we have to compromise everything we've worked for and essentially just turn back the Me Too clock to rationalize voting for Joe Biden, shouldn't we let Kevin Spacey come back and film that last season of House of Cards? If we're going to compromise on these more, shouldn't we bargain for, let's get Kevin in there. We'll get Woody Allen to do 2 more movies. And we'll get 1 more remix to Ignition. That seems fair, right? Something. If you don't like me, you're correct. You're right in your assumption. I've always been this way. I was a bad kid growing up, by the way. I was a terrible piece of shit. My mom would have to smell my breath every time I came home just to see if I've been out. Fun time for the trombone, yes. But my mom, she would have to smell my breath all the time when I came home just to see if I've been out all night eating ass. And I don't know how I would smoke cigarettes and weed and all kinds of shit to cover up, but she knew it was ass underneath there every time. And I don't know. I'm 25, so I'm going to talk about eating ass, because it's everyone in my generation does it. But we do. We eat the ass. And they call us soft. They call us soft. We took prison sex and we made that shit casual. What are you talking about? We all eat ass and we have no health insurance. Do you know how dangerous that is? There's some 40-year-old and up people who are like, I don't even eat pussy if it's not Christmas. And we're like, pussy? What are you saying? That's an appetizer. Give me the asshole. I need something beer battered. I hit my laptop on that one. Look, I have to go, but I don't want you guys to think I'm a bad person just because I say horrible shit to make a few comedians laugh. I think I'm a nice, decent human being. I'll do anything for my friends, even if it hurts me. Like a few weeks ago, I had to ejaculate on my buddy. I know it. No, it sounds like a whole thing, but he got stung by a jellyfish and I couldn't pee. So we had to use something. And it was awkward. He got stung on the face.
No.
I don't know how that jellyfish got into his room when he was sleeping, and I didn't ask. I was just there because I'm a great friend. And that joke doesn't make everyone laugh. But it's not meant to. Do you understand? What that joke is meant to do is confuse some of you who are weaker and stupider. So that next time someone in your life gets stung by a jellyfish, you're like, wait, is it piss or cum? Damn it! Damn, we're gonna have to do both just to be safe. Fuck, Dad. Bad news. We gotta give you the world's worst Arnold Palmer. I'm so sorry. Get over it. All right, that's my time. Try to remember that joke.
Radu Bondar. Oh man, Radu coming on Faces, and I remember specifically going to hair school, a young 21-year-old me, and thinking, this isn't gay. It's all changed. Houston sounds fun. I want to go to there. That's all I'm saying. That's the show. Thank you guys so much. Thank you, the comedians. If you like them, Venmo them a private message. Don't be an well, do whatever you want. If you're gonna send the money, send the money. But also, you can send the money with a little note on it, right? You can send them something that they'll actually read. If you slide in my DMs, I may or may not read it. But If you send me money, I'm reading that. All right. And you can send any of these comedians a very specialized message that says, "Eat my ass and come on my face. There's a jellyfish in here." Thank you to all the performers again. Thank you, Derek Cotswell, for the music. Thank you, Richard Goodwin, for being a tech guru. This is all so smooth compared to other shows, I promise you. I have done them. Thank you, Laura Smith.
Fired.
And thank you, Valerie Lopez, for being the production wizards. Thank you, Austin Chronicle, for giving us a little shout out. Thank you for writing me that personalized jellyfish message. Enjoy us. Let us know. Follow us on Facebook or whatever. I post my ass pictures on Instagram. So. Bye. Next week. We'll see you next week.